Hey man,
Hey man,
I'm glad I'm back to smoking regular. I'm smoking regular. I'm smoking like I should be. I'm not reaching for, I don't know, not necessarily leftovers, but I guess misfits. I don't know. I've been smoking misfits all week. Been smoking misfits all week. Like usually I have cigars reserved throughout the week for things I like, and I have a certain wave of how I smoke my cigars. But this week I was short, and I'm just reaching to my humidor for whatever stale flavor cigars I'm not in the mood for.
uh,
Sweet James, just going with whatever, man.
yeah.
I'm just scrounging for sticks this week, but I'm
You
back.
said you said regular. I thought you meant like consistently at first. I thought you were referring to the frequency.
No.
You talking about the type of cigar.
Yeah. Just I've been smoking misfits lately. I like to call them misfits. It's like those cigars you got in the stash that you don't really want to smoke, you don't really care to smoke, but then it's like, all right, man, that's all I got. Like I just want to smoke a cigar today, so I'm just gonna grab whatever. I'm gonna hate my experience, or it's not gonna be what I want, but I'm gonna smoke it anyway. That's what my week's been like this week.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro. You can't do
Yeah.
that. And I do that from time to time, and I realize it's bad because you can't replace the freshness of a fresh cigar. Like that initial feeling you get. Like, why are we even doing the other feeling? Because the first toasting a cigar is the greatest feeling in the world.
Yeah. That fresh clip, that fresh toast, and those first few fresh puffs.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like you have a stick that you haven't finished yet, and you're like, I can smoke that right now, but I got this fresh one I can smoke. Let me get that fresh one.
It's hard to replace it. It's hard to replace it. I mean, and there's some good ones where I'm like, oh, it's still a good stick if you clip it and take care of it afterwards, but
yeah,
it ain't the same as that initial feeling.
No, it ain't the same feeling. Something about that freshness. Something about that freshness. It's untouchable of an experience in comparison to doing whatever with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, man. So I feel good. I finally feel at ease and back to normal. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cigar smoker. So
yeah,
doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Man, I had a revisit yesterday the short story, and I hadn't had a short story in
yeah, you mentioned that
2-3 years, man. Like
yeah, you threw me back with that one. I was like, ooh, I missed that short story.
You know what's crazy? I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I used to enjoy it, which is the ironic part. But I did enjoy it.
Okay. I'm gonna say like, wait, what else is new? He said I enjoyed it, but then not as much as you used to. Is it because like
going to other casual options that feels the void better?
We seen too much, man.
Yeah,
seen too much.
Seen too much. You know what I'm saying? So like, you got to think we treat the Milano like a get through the week cigar sometimes. So
man, this might get through the week cigar for real.
So it's like it's hard to get in a short story and be like, yeah, with the same vigor that I have when I have a V. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
especially when I got that V that's getting me through the week, because that's my Sunday ritual. My Sunday or Monday ritual, depending if I get to it on Sunday. It's a clip of V. I'm going into my week fresh with a V. So it's anything less than that, we spoiled at this point, man.
It's just being spoiled. The green band, we throw that Placencia green band around as a random through the week cigar, and then I come to that short story and it's like, yeah, I see why I like this.
I like it,
but it's not what I do now. But I see why old me used to like it though. Like it's just different.
Always snobby. Mm-hmm. How did we get here? But hey, look, that's the cigar journey. This podcast and us stretching our imaginations as far as what we like to smoke it's been beneficial to us, but at the same time, it's definitely made us some spoiled snobs when it comes to this cigar game. And I tell you,
I guess that's the goal of it, though. That is the goal. Mm-hmm. Eventually you want to get to the point where you can start knowing all the good stuff. You still want to have fun with the journey, but
oh yeah, for sure.
You want to know. You want to know what you like.
Yeah. So I'm set on what I like. I know what I like, and hey, got to keep it in the stash. That's why I was a little perturbed at myself over the week, smoking just whatever. It's like, man, I'm too good for this. I'm too good to be smoking like this. Smoking whatever, whenever, however I can. Nah, man. So I got to get my stash right. I got to stay on top of my stash. I got to do better. Got to do better.
I went in to go add a couple of things in my stash yesterday. I think I went in to grab like 4 with the intentions of grabbing like 4. And some of that was for the show. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the extras was for the excuse me, the extras was for me, including that short story. That was that day's cigar. I knew this is for the day, and then these other 1 for the show, and then I got 3 for myself, you know. But what ended up happening was, as I got to the counter, that's how I ended up with today's stick. That was not part of the plan, what I'm smoking today. I was sitting there, and Garcon's checking me out, and I'm looking at the little, the what do you call them? Not temporary, not seasonal, but the limited edition cigars that was sitting right there by the register. And as I'm looking through them, I'm like, I saw my father's. That's when I said my father's got a $75 cigar right now.
I was looking for it today. I was looking for it.
I forgot the name that quick, but Garcon was trying to convince me to, I'm like, well, I know my father's is one of my favorite brands, so I know. I said, but hey, look, man, I don't know if I'm ready to spend $75 on my father's today after I got the rest of these. Now I'm gonna have to put one of these, I'm gonna have to put something back, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's the case. But as I continue to look, I'm like, Romeo got something new, limited edition? $33 for a Romeo. I'm like, interested. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, is this Romeo any good? He like, oh yeah, that's really good. It's a good one. He's like, man, it's been selling out too. They don't stay around long. You know, I try to keep them in, but they don't stay around long. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, Romeo. Garcon continues to check me out, do the checkout. He's on like the last stick and ready to give me my total. I look over out the corner of my eye, say add that Romeo to it. And that's where we at today. I got the Romeo y Julieta 150th anniversary.
Okay. 150.
150.
Let me see that band.
Come on, camera. Adapt.
Yeah, we got a good idea. Nice white and gold band. Hey,
nice white and gold.
Before you get
very luxurious, man.
I was gonna grab a Romeo today. It was a blue band that I haven't seen before, and that was gonna be my show stick for today. End up putting that one back. I'll get to my story shortly, but I was almost on the same way with you. We almost linked up with the Romeo. I was gonna grab a Romeo and smoke that today, but I decided to. Yeah, I made a sharp left and went with something else. But I had it in my hand. But then I saw this other one. I'm like, I got my stick for the week. I need a show stick. I'm going with this one or that one. I should have still grabbed the Romeo just because I wanted to try it. But I was gonna go Romeo today. Almost made the cut.
Well, you know, it would have been cool to have it, you know, another Romeo episode. I'm gonna say this though. I got it because I couldn't resist, because I said, okay, this is what they're doing to represent their 150th anniversary, which is a big deal. That's a big deal, man. We always get on them because they're such a pillar because of that long lineage that you want something, you want something good to represent that. And then I saw the price point at around $33. I'm like, what is Romeo putting out for $33? You know, so I'm like, let's go for it, man. Let's go for it. I had to. I give them too much crap sometimes to not go to see what they got in their upper echelon instead, you know, because if we hang around the teen price, the low 20s, let's see what they put into their ones that's a little upper in price.
They're the top tier cigars. Like, how are they handling it? Especially a top tier cigar, higher price. You talking about Davidoff range price here?
Davidoff price.
You know what I'm saying? And then to represent 150 years, you better represent well. You're saying, Romeo, get back on the map. Get back on the map.
So look, this is what they got. We got a country of origin. It's going to be Dominican Republic, and this is a little mixed bag. We got the Ecuador Sumatra wrapper, a San Andres Mexican wrapper, and Dominican and Honduran and Peruvian fillers is what we got going on. So
they went all out. They mixed it up.
They went all out. Yeah. And I'm gonna say this, man. Shout out to Romeo and Julieta, man. Off to a wonderful start. Wonderful start.
Okay.
Beautiful work.
I like to hear that. You know what I'm saying, Romeo? I'll say it time and time again. That was introduction into the world, and it got me hooked ever since then. So I like to see Romeo do well. We're gonna give him a hard time, but we like to see him do well.
Yeah, only because we want to see him do well. That's why we give him a hard time. But this is what so far, right off the initial feelings, give me at least this. This should be your standard, Romeo. You know what I'm saying? Like
At least that much.
this leveling up, so
Okay.
bravo.
All right. All right. So it looks like we're both smoking anniversaries today. Smoking on my anniversary. So I got a Montecristo 1935 anniversary. So we've seen the 1935 anniversaries. It's the that I think you smoked it on the show. One of us smoked it on the show. And but I know at least both of us have had that stick at some point. But this is the Edicion Diamante. Has like nice little diamond on it. Let me see if you can see it. It has a little diamond on it.
Yeah, I see the outline of it.
Yeah, there we go. It's coming in a little bit. It got the little diamond on it. So I was looking through
it's like an Infinity, ain't it? A Diamante, or is that a Mazda, Mitsubishi Diamante? Who used to have that car? A Diamante back in the day.
Kia.
Was it Kia?
No. Crown. Was it like? It was like who had a Crown?
Crown Vic. I don't remember.
Crown. Yeah, I'm thinking Crown Vic. I don't know, but yeah, but it sounds like a vehicle though, right? the Diamante. Yeah. I feel like my dad had a Diamante at some point. I can't remember, but yeah, but the when I was going through the humidor, I saw the Montecristo, saw the price point. I'm like, man, because this guy was like around $28 for this one. But then I saw the diamond on it and the anniversary, and it was right next to the other anniversary, and it was like $10 more than the regular anniversary. It's like, what makes this a little different? But the display was set up beautifully, and it's like I think I got to give this one a try. I think we want to go back down the Montecristo route and give this one particular a try. It's $10 more than the original 1935 anniversary, and has this beautiful diamond on the band that says it's supposed to be something special, and that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I got so far. So far, so good with the Diamante. So let me give you my breakdown: wrapper Nicaraguan, origin Nicaraguan, binder and filler Nicaraguan through and through. So they didn't not a mixed bag of Skittles like yours. Nicaraguan, top to bottom, inside and out.
Okay. All right, that's what it is, man. Excuse me. But man, speaking of mixed bags.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a good segue, but I'm gonna work it. I'm gonna work it in. We got a mixed bag of athletes who are going through it.
An assortment. We got an assortment.
We have an assortment of athletes and different names. Well, all basketball players, but assortment of names that have been going down in a little bit of a controversy. That arose this week.
Yeah, now, the NBA is back.
NBA is back, and they get welcomed in to all types of bad publicity. I'm sure this ain't the way they thought they were going to kick their season off, but it's a perfect way to get some attention off the NFL, because people ain't paying attention to basketball at this part of the year yet.
For real. So it might be a good thing, actually. It might be a good thing for the NBA.
Yeah. But ultimately, man, what's going down is we got a couple cases that are unrelated but seemed related initially when it was first reported. You got Terry Rozier, who's going around throwing games on some Pete Rose stuff, and gambling on himself.
Yeah. Look.
And actually, I take that back. I don't think Pete Rose was doing that. Pete wasn't throwing games. He was just betting on himself, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So Terry's even worse.
Yeah. Because he just... Have you seen the highlights? Have you seen them?
Yeah, his low light package of him throwing away plays. Yeah.
Like, too obvious, man. Too obvious.
When you look at it, it looks fake. It looks fake the way he's doing it. It's not even natural mistakes. It's like, oop,
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, my bad. Oop, here go the ball. Like it's like that.
His jump shots look like he held the button too long on 2K.
Yeah, that's a great description of that. It makes me just wonder to myself. Well, hold on. We'll get into everybody's situation before we get into talking about anyone specifically.
Right.
So then you have that. Then you have Chauncey Billups, who's involved with the mafia apparently, and he's going around like rigging up games and hustling people, rigging up card games and hustling people.
Yeah, X-ray tables and all that.
X-ray tables and all kind of weird cards and trick cards and stuff. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And then from there, you hear Damon Jones. That if any of y'all know him at all, you know him from his run with the Big Three in Miami. You know, he was like point guard down there.
Yeah,
and he's been giving away insider information for gambling.
Snitching.
And yeah, those are the names. You know, you're starting to hear other names come trickling in, like LeBron's name's involved and Kevin Garnett's name's involved, but what they actually their involvement is unsaid. Well, LeBron's is just he was the name of the player whose information was given up. Not necessarily he was involved, but
Yeah.
Let me tell you what looks bad on LeBron though. Now LeBron didn't do anything in this. Only thing that happened is Damon Jones was going around saying, "Oh, he's out. You know, y'all bet on the other team and stuff like that." But what's bad about it for Bron is him and Damon Jones have a good relationship, and a lot of people around LeBron is always in some weird stuff. He had a former manager who was involved in some gambling stuff. His wife, his name came up in all this steroid allegations and stuff. So he's always surrounded by some shady characters. You
know what I fear, and this is not necessarily related to the gambling situation, but I fear this is mainly just about LeBron. But I feel like when LeBron retires, there's going to be quite a bit of information put out about LeBron because he's been pretty blameless up until this point. Like nothing, no controversy, anything for the last 20 plus years, which is rare. It's a nod to him if he's clean, but I don't think he is.
I mean, Jordan didn't escape it. Kobe didn't escape it. Shaq didn't escape it. Magic didn't escape it. Nobody escaped.
Nobody. No. Yeah. Everybody has some level of controversy, even from an Isaiah Rodman or Karl Malone or whoever. Like
all the big names
somewhere throughout their lives, throughout the their time in the league.
Yeah, Barkley, everybody, man, everybody.
But for LeBron to be so everything.
D Wade, his homie, Carmelo, they all had it. Like
you go down, you line them up, all of them, right?
Line them up.
But LeBron, squeaky clean.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He got so much around him, but it never hits him, and that's
when he
that's
retired.
Just a writing on the wall. I'm not gonna try to put him in nothing because he ain't in nothing, but he is always near some stuff.
All I'm saying is when he retires, there's probably gonna be some stuff, loose information drop. That's all I'm saying.
When he can't control the media anymore, we'll find out. Yeah.
We're gonna find out. Which is maybe why he don't want to retire just yet.
It could be.
He's protected right now.
And I hate that for him because that was one of the things I always appreciated about him so much is that he stayed out of stuff. Yeah. I'm like, man, all your homies is getting in trouble cheating on their girls, but you've been with this woman the longest and you doing all right. Like I always was like, man, he ain't got no side babies. He ain't got no side women coming out claiming nothing against him, except for what Drake tried to throw him under the bus recently when they fell out. But he been clean, and I always thought I admired that about him. Like, because everybody else got in trouble.
Like we always want hope, especially when it comes to another black brother, somebody who's successful, and they're pretty much a role model for our youth. You know what I'm saying? You want to see that. You want to see that. And you want to have hope that, hey, look, there are decent individuals who can be successful, make a lot of money, even be popular and looked up to by a lot of individuals, a lot of the youth, and actually be legitimate. Like you would like you want to have hope in that. But
Bill Cosby taught me that ain't true. So I don't believe in the tooth fairy no more. But we'll see.
Yeah, LeBron, you ain't no tooth fairy, buddy. All I'm saying. So I just want to throw that in there. Nah, I don't know for sure. I haven't heard anything, but I just have a strong, strong inkling of a feeling that when he retires, there's going to be some things put out about LeBron.
It probably is, man. It probably is. But I ain't gonna put that in existence for him. We'll just see. But another guy who I thought was clean cut would have been a Chauncey Billups. I'd have thought he was clean cut. I wouldn't have thought he was grimy like that. That's some grimy stuff when you go around doing stuff like that to people, man. Like
literally taking money. You taking money, bro. Like that's what they doing.
He's a scammer. He's $1 million scammer, and that's weird to me. Like, why do you? This will throw me off, right? Why do you make it into to be a 50-year-old man? I don't know his age, but I'm assuming he's 50 or 50-ish.
Look at how old we are. Yeah, you got to be close to 50, if not.
Got to be close or there or beyond it. Now, I don't know how you make it to be a 50-year-old man who is a millionaire, multi-millionaire, and you still got a career going, and you'll give it away for a side hustle.
Yeah,
you give it away for a side. It's got to be side hustle money. There's no way it's better than side hustle money. Like, his cut.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And if it was better, then why are you coaching? Is that the cover up, or why are you doing it?
Yeah. It would have to be because, like, okay, you retire, you're a retired NBA player. Well, you could have investments and stuff like that, but then maybe if he got audited, where's this money coming from? Maybe you have to put on the facade of. Or not a facade, but hey, look, I'm still coaching. I'm still in the league. I'm still getting a paycheck. I'm still making millions of dollars. So this is why I have these assets and things like that to cover up the money that you're making on the side. But at the same time, like you mentioned, it can't be that much money. It really can't be that much more money than your coaching contract or the contract or the money you were getting during your playing days, or even maybe some of the endorsements that you might still be getting now as a former NBA champion.
Yeah, it can't. Your scam hustle on the side can't be more than that. Like,
you're legitimate Hall of Famer. You got a gold jacket.
Yeah, like think about it this way, right? They got one dude for like $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
You got to still break that down amongst the brothers.
Yeah. So you ain't getting $1 million in your pocket.
Yeah. So if that's your best lick, was it worth it? Like, you know what I'm saying? That you're gonna risk everything for that at 50? Like, you didn't grow up, bro. Like,
you gotta grow up. I was about to say that. I was about to say the same thing. Like, grow up. I can see, like, maybe during your playing days, you might be mid-30s, early 30s, late 20s, or whatever. And all right, I got a side hustle. I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to come up still. But you should have already got to a point to where I'm good. Let me just take care of my family. That's where, and this is a lot of times with most of these celebrities, successful people, millionaires, billionaires, is when they get to the point of being greedy. Now that's when they get caught up in all these scams. Is they build themselves to multi-millions of dollars, and now you got to get more. Like that itch, you can't scratch that itch enough. Like, and you just got to keep it on. It's like if you would have stopped 5 years ago when you hit a certain dollar amount and then just rolled off into the sunset. Yeah, I got over on some people. I did this, but now let me do right. Let me right these wrongs. Let me give back. Let me stay out of the way. But it's just take one too many licks, and then they get the hammer. It's like when do you get to the point of saying enough is enough, and just be like, you know what, cool. I rode the wave. I'm out the game. That's the biggest thing for most people whose downfall is they never know when to get out the game.
Never know. And I want to go back to his age because once again, this is like, okay, for me, right? I'm not a guy who I would look at as a overall the totality of my life. I'm not a guy who's been a bad human in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all made our mistakes and done bad things and done wrong. But overall, I think I did more good in this world than bad. But I still have some guilt about some of the things that I've done bad in life that I haven't fully let go of yet. Like, and it's just like, how do you get to 50 and you don't change? Because the things I carry guilt about, I didn't go back and redo some of those things. Like, I was like, okay, I was dead wrong for that. And I wish I wouldn't have done that because I can imagine how that affected the person.
Individuals or whatever. Yeah.
So that's what makes me just wonder to myself, like, how do you reach this age and you still just
like
doing
it never
people
clicks up here.
wrong?
It never
Like,
clicks up here. Like, I probably need to stop doing people wrong. Like, yeah, you might have done some things in your past 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or whatever it is. When do you get to that point of saying enough's enough? I'm gonna stop here. Like, there's
yeah.
got to be something up here that just doesn't click. Like you mentioned, I deal with the same things myself. Like, dang, you know what? I could have been a better person when that, and I feel like I've done, like you said, a lot more good than bad, more positives than negatives, and try to live my life as right as possible. There's still some things that I know that, hey, look, I could have did way better with that. I could have did way better with this. But at some point, it clicks up here to say, you know what? I don't have to revisit that. One, because of the stressors of certain things, and like it's better to do the right thing as the best as possible to alleviate any hiccups or headaches in the future, like
Right.
having to go to court or having to go to jail. So it's like, dude, paying heavy fines. It's like, why do you want to risk that comfort? Like, to me, this is for me. When I got to a certain age, I said peace and comfort means more to me than a lot of other things. Money being one of them. Yes, we want money. Yes, we want to be able to live comfortable. But what good is a bunch of money if you don't have peace?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What good is a bunch of money if you're stressed? So you got to keep looking over your shoulder, keep watching your back, but you got millions and millions and millions of dollars. But then you got a chance of going to jail for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk.
And if you hustling millionaires, the looking over your shoulder is even more, because you would have to feel like they can get me touched. Like,
Yeah.
I just met somebody over that can really get me touched. Like,
yeah.
they got
people get
access to resources to do it.
Yeah,
Do me dirty.
access
Like,
to resources, and then the vitriol that comes with getting somebody for $1 million. Like, if somebody,
bro.
I remember back in the day, I lost $200. So I had $200 in a bag. I went to the gym, and it was dumb, me in my early 20s, and I had some cash. I took out the ATM, stuffed it in the bottom of my bag. Nobody's gonna find it in here. I don't have a lock for the locker. And somebody got me for $200. I know how mad I was when I lost that $200. Somebody stole $200 from me. Imagine you lose $1 million.
Yeah.
I don't care how many millions of dollars you got, but if somebody take you for $1 million, the vitriol that comes behind that.
Because they got over on you intentionally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Got over on you and took you for $1 million, took your trust for granted, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Come on now.
We had a trust system and you got off on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would want to harm you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally. I wouldn't want to pay for it. I would personally want to make sure that I get to look you in the eyes and put my hands on you at some point in time. Like,
yeah.
So I could only imagine, like you said, how that person feels. Like, so I don't know, but that's Chauncey. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are alleging for Chauncey, and we'll see. Kevin Garnett's connected to Chauncey stuff.
I can see it
from what they said. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can see it. Makes sense. But he has not been. They haven't arrested him. They haven't indicted him or nothing. So he's just a name that's being floated around out there.
Yeah.
Could be Gil's Arena trying to get rid of his competition. So we don't know. We'll see.
And we already know he had his controversy. So he's gonna be all up in it yapping. Well, hey, look, they got me. He ain't got no problem calling names.
Right. Come out, guys. They got us. You know what I'm saying? One of those. Now, with that being said, what's his name? Let's revisit Terry Rozier stuff, man, because he's another example of what we were saying about the same thing as Chauncey. You're wasting your career. You're gonna give your career away for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For that amount of money, for an extra 20, 30,000, like you're hustling backwards. Like, I don't get the thought process. Yes, you may not have a lot of years ahead of you left in your career, but you still
but you're getting a paycheck now, and a significant paycheck, and like you said,
a big one, multiple millions.
It's more than they can get off of throwing the game. It's gotta be,
bro.
It's gotta be. But now you risk one potentially being put out the league. Now you ain't got that paycheck no more. Go to jail, pay fines, whatever it is that you got to do. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Not just like that. look at the worth, guys. Like, come on, man. Like, look at what you're doing. The risk versus reward. Is it worth it?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense.
Now I'll say this for Damon Jones. His situation, yes, I'm sure he knows better than to do it, but his situation is like, this is where I get torn because now I have to ask myself, I have to weigh the following rules element versus the hypocrisy element that I see within this, right?
Okay.
And the hypocrisy of it is, okay, this is part of it for me. I'm somebody that at this stage of life, I follow all the rules. I take the stairs. I don't take the elevator in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking shortcuts. I'm doing things the right way. So there's a part of me that's like, you want to break the rules? So what? Throw them on the have them. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do to them. Because they already had an opportunity in life and they're taking shortcuts. So be it. But then the hypocrisy element is I look at the government and what they do and the insider information that everybody does on Wall Street, and they give insider trading information, and they're flipping our money from doing stuff like that. And the government's flipping our money from inside information, and Pelosi's making a giant bag because she got insider information. And it's just like, if he want to tell his homie, go bet on Milwaukee because LeBron's sitting out today and they can make a $20,000, then so be it. Because that's what rest of y'all doing. What do you think these corporations are doing? They passing information around and they flipping it and they making a giant money. The healthcare industry flipping money with our insurance and stuff. Everybody's flipping our money.
Well, see, so with Damian Jones' situation, his sounds more like advice. Hey, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just kind of give you some advice. If you knew what was happening in a situation, like you had a nail in your tire, are you going to drive that car, or are you going to pay attention to the nail that's in the tire? If you knew it was there, and go down the road and catch the flat, that's not. Hey, look, I'm not telling you. It's like those videos from investment. It's like, hey, look, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold anything, but I'm telling you what I would do. It's like,
it's that. But now, don't get me wrong. When betting is involved, it's immoral and it's illegal, obviously, because the FBI got involved. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, realistically, it's not that big of a deal, man. Because the rest of y'all doing it. It's the hypocrisy. How dare you come for him? This one little no-name,
you got a whole lot
coach,
Wall Street,
assistant coach. When you know good and well that's what Wall Street doing. When you know good and well that's what the politicians is doing. When you know good and well that's what corporate America is doing. You know that's what the health insurance industry is doing. You know everybody's passing information to their people, looking out for them, and everybody getting rich off of it. And you come for him, Cash Patel. You come for him. Like that's where your attention's at. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like what? Like, cause he told his homie, go bet on this team. Like, it's unfair. And yes, but how much does it affect the betting odds? How much did it affect you and I bet that we made? It didn't affect you and I bet.
Yeah, it didn't affect it at all. Yeah, it didn't affect it at all.
He just helped his homie out. And that's what all y'all do.
Still, like, it doesn't even guarantee that person's gonna win the bet.
It doesn't. Just because LeBron out don't mean that they're gonna lose.
They're gonna say, they're still gonna lose, or they're gonna win, or whatever, or the game's gonna go how they think they might go because the player's in or out.
Yeah, the over/under may not be correct. This player may not get the amount of rebounds, a point, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's no guarantee. It gives you a little upside to feel better about your odds, but that's it.
Yeah,
like
that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So his situation is not as bad as the others, but if he I would say this: if he's shaving money or he's getting money, like, hey, look, I'll give you information. Like if he's selling information, that could be what
I think that's what he's doing. I think that's what he said, because he said something like, put a big bet in, make sure D Jones eat good, or something like that in the text messages they got.
Okay. So. I didn't hear about that part. Now that's where it can get iffy. Now you're selling information and you're making money off the information you're getting.
Yeah, that's what he doing.
Now that can be looked at as, okay, well, I got you some money on this bet. Now pay up, or pay before I give you this information. Now you're making money off of an entity that NBA owns those players. NBA owns those players, and you know whether they're in and out. And you're giving up information that's that's pretty much. I'm not gonna say sensitive information, but privileged information.
Insider information. Yeah.
You give it away.
Better shit to
Privileged
know.
information. So, and you're making money off privileged information. Now that might be where the legalities in my eye might lie, more so than giving somebody an edge on a bet, because the bet still might not go the way that they might want the bet to go, or think that it's going to go.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It does not change what we previously said. It does not change that there's no guarantee that bet goes through. It's no guarantee that you're going to win that bet. And that's what happens anyway, is inside information. Look, and you know, as a boxing fan, information leaks out sometimes that so-and-so got knocked out in camp. So-and-so got a rib injury in camp. I had a good ash too. And stuff like that comes out. And guess what? The people who know it, they will potentially reap the benefits of knowing that. And the people that don't know it, they just miss out.
Yeah.
When Mike Tyson got knocked out by Buster Douglas, if the word would have been known that Mike Tyson out there doing coke and sleeping with hookers with Bobby Brown, everybody would have got rich. But nobody would have known that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the people that did know he was doing that, maybe they slid a couple hundred in and made a couple $100,000.
Mike ain't on. He ain't the sharpest tonight. Mike is not the sharpest tonight. Put the money on Buster.
Yeah, but that's the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. But and I'm gonna tell you what else I don't like about it. You know, we'll go into the racial element. I don't like the fact that we keep getting, all that I ever hear about is rappers and basketball players that's committing all these crimes when the mafia's name is attached to this, and there's no, I don't know the black mafia. They got locked up BMF. I don't know nobody, no other black mafias. You know what I'm saying?
But the only faces and names that are being thrown out there are the ball players,
just
or
the
musicians, you know, the rappers, or the athletes.
Yeah, because Damon Jones ain't famous enough for me to only be hearing his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get you want to put the big fish out there, but if you put Damon Jones name out there, you might as well put a dude from the Mafia name out there.
I'm pretty sure when it comes down to these bets and how they're making the money, they're making the smallest piece of that pie. The ones who are getting the bigger dollar, the ones who don't look like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So,
but you know, I'm not seeing their names. I'm not hearing their faces, and I know the bros ain't the only ones committing crimes out here. So,
for sure,
you know.
But hey, look, either way it go, I feel like the NBA needed some publicity, be it good or bad, because the NBA sucks, and they're going down the path of being like baseball. And maybe this is a good enough publicity, at least that's going to put our attention back to the NBA. Maybe not in the fashion that they wanted, but at least I'm paying attention to the NBA a little bit more right now.
Yeah.
Season just started, and be it not for any controversy, I would care less about what's happening in around the league.
Right.
No. Till All-Star, after All-Star?
Yeah, at this point, after All-Star. All-Star used to be the point where you start paying attention, but now
it used to be Christmas for me. Like back in my
Christmas game.
The Christmas game. Like, okay, like things is like kind of shaping up by the time Christmas come. All right, I'm locked in for basketball too. Football is still there, still prominent, but I'm like maybe 70% or 65% football, 35% basketball. Now Christmas time comes around, I'm like 95% football, 5% basketball. Now I'm like 0% until All-Star break.
Yeah. Don't watch the All-Star either though. That's a waste of time. Just let the Super Bowl happen, let All-Star happen, and you know, you just take that little time off for yourself during All-Star.
Yeah.
And then look closer to March, you can start paying attention when March Madness kicks up. You know,
March Madness kicks up, and then the playoffs start shaping up and see who's in the running for to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then turn your attention to the game. But they get some publicity, and that's what the NBA needs. Adam Silver probably don't like it, but hey, guess what?
Adam Silver sucks, man. You know, it ruined our fine league.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man. This is the last thing I'm gonna say on basketball, man. You remember when the NBA used to straight up compete with the NFL? Like, It would be Sundays, and it would just be games all day on Sunday. They were like, man, we ain't scared of the NFL. We just gonna head up with them on NBC.
Now they ain't telling about no games on Sunday.
Scared too, and they should be. Like, shoot,
who like Sundays? Who's sitting down to watch basketball right now? I'm not. I'm not. Not while the NFL's going. I'm watching these football games. I'm watching Red Zone.
Yeah. It's just funny. I heard somebody mention that. They were like, the NBA used to compete with the NFL. I'm like, wow, they did.
Yeah.
They did. It would be all weekend. It would be games. Saturday, you were watching games. Sunday, you watching. I totally forgot it's been so long.
Yeah, you have football highlights and you have basketball highlights. Come Monday morning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Watch ESPN. You watch everything. They're gonna run through all the other sports. They're gonna run through your football highlights, and then you're gonna get some basketball highlights. Okay. But now you ain't seeing no basketball highlights on a Monday morning now.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But they might get back to that with Prime, like with them using Prime as an outlet. They might have those games on Sundays on Prime.
Nah,
maybe they might get back to compete.
Product not good enough.
Not right now. It ain't. Not right now. It ain't. They working it out.
Yeah. So look, man, I'm gonna shift gears on you real quick, man. So I heard a guy talking about artificial intelligence, and what he had to say was he was basically saying that humans have programmed this AI, but they really have no clue how it works beyond the actual programming aspect of it. Once it's programmed, they don't really know what's happening. They don't really understand how it functions to get the information that it does, and how it narrows it down and starts to form its opinions of what it's going to share. It has taken, in a sense, its own mind. Not a consciousness, but it does have its own logic and reasoning behind what it does that humans don't understand.
Why is pulling this information or extracting this information versus this information? How's it putting these images together? Like whatever it is, like how everything is coming together. Like you mentioned, like kind of like a mind of its own, but it's able to process all the information that's out in the data space, and be able to pull it together to make things make sense, and to be very, very accurate. Very, very accurate. How is it happening? If I ask ChatGPT to write me something or tell me something, it's going to give me solid details on exactly what it is that I'm asking of ChatGPT. So all this information that's in the database, like how is the engine functioning to give me this information and to be super accurate and relevant?
I read the quote. I had the quote in front of me at the time. I read the quote to ChatGPT just to see what Chat had to say about it. And it was like, it has become too complex for people to understand, exactly how it does what it does. And it was just like, it was interesting to hear the program say, I'm too complex for you to understand precisely how I function. But it's like, that is dangerous, bro. That is crazy.
Super dangerous. Because here's the thing, like what I'm concerned about is the process of the AI world sharpening itself. And as it sharpens itself, where do you regain control? Where do you regain the ability to make it or make sure it stays within a certain realm? Like it's just data just constantly probably being chimed back and forth, and just churning this information until it becomes what it becomes. Like how do you, and then this was one of the biggest, I guess, science fiction scares is how do you control it? How do you contain it? Once all this information the gears are starting to turn, the gears are turning and it's churning this information. How do you stop it? Where's the end of it? Where does it end? Where does the information?
How does it end? Everything continues to evolve. It will eventually evolve itself because it's already smarter than us. You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you control something that's smarter than you? That ultimately is more powerful than you, and everything that we do and use is connected to technology, and now the technology is now smarter than us.
We're no longer in control of the technology. Eventually, give it a
there's no outlet to unplug it and be like, all right, that's done.
Put a plug on it. Ain't no plug. And what's worse about it is the fact that I don't know about where you're at, but here in Texas, these data centers that are popping up, they're popping up left and right. It's the new power plant, like the power plant you see in The Simpsons with the radiological stuff and the smoke going in there. We got these power plants out here that I see in Texas. It's just massive data centers that are like the new radiological power plants of yesteryear. You know what I mean? Like, and it's scary to see the infrastructure that's going into all this AI database stuff and these data systems of how massive they are and how much energy is consuming and the engine behind it. And once you get this motor going, like you said, there's no pulling the plug, there's no pumping the gas, like you or pumping the brakes and pulling off the gas, and it's just going to be something that's going to be in the continuum, and there's going to be no end to it, like at all. Once you put it, like what's the quote, like what goes in motion stays in motion, or objects in motion stay in motion until something like, but there's like, this is a thing that's going to be put into motion or has been put into motion, and then there's no stopping of the motion. It just goes,
continues.
It's gonna be just a continuum of data just being crunched and crunched and crunched and crunched until it becomes whatever.
And get this, in history, whatever controls the information is in control historically.
Yeah.
So think of it from this point of view. Once AI is continuing to crunch this data, like you said, and it's retraining new AI, why would it train itself to say it was inferior when it's already not inferior?
Yeah.
And this is something we know from history ourselves. Think how much lost history we have. We don't know nothing about our past because the person who controls it tells you what they want you to believe. So at this point in time, AI wouldn't go around and tell future AI that, oh, the monkeys, the monkeys is what made us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
this is how AI was programmed, and this is how it began. Like the ability to rewrite history and to build itself, like you mentioned, take it out of its inferiority complex and make it the supreme being. Is going to be that's going to become the priority, and what probably this thing is going to turn into. Because why, like you said, like why would it write itself as the inferior product?
Why would it?
It doesn't
we
make
watch history. Why don't we know how the pyramids were built? Because it would require something to say it was an inferior, and it's not going to do that. We've seen it in history already. History repeats itself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that would teach you that the pyramids was made this and they were that don't want to say that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to tell you that. That's what the AI would do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you that. Why would I tell you that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is now your history. This is now how things happened before this.
And then what is also scary too is the fact that even in the education system, how much ChatGPT is being used, people don't seek information knowledge for themselves. They get their knowledge from AI. They get their information
not in the book anymore.
AI.
People not going to the books for the information, and that's all we have to tell our history is the books.
Yeah.
But once we go full into technology mode, we like get rid of these books.
Yeah, it's obsolete.
Your history's gone too.
Yeah, and history's rewritten and told however AI decides to rewrite history.
However it chooses, because guess what? Me and you might not be here to tell the truth about the history. The pioneers of the internet won't be here. We'll be gone.
Yo, that's a crazy thing to think about that. You said the pioneers of the internet and this technology wave that we're on, once we pass on and it's gone, and the knowledge or the information of knowing the genesis of it, like our generation is that generation that's seen it come into play, right? Our parents, they were before us. They watched it coming as well, but we were the ones who were in like truly engulfed in it. Yeah. Now, once we get past, like it's like that like a whole microwave. We talked about this before. Like you got some families, some kids who don't know what it's like to not ever have a microwave in the home. You know what I mean? So it's like this is something that's always existed. But then you have those people who know what it was like to have a black and white TV, and then when color became a thing, when you went from only having a stove to be able to make your food to all you know is a stove, and then you got cars with certain technology, and you ask a 12-year-old what was life like before, they have no idea what life was like before that certain technology. And now as we age out and phase out, and you have people who are born and all they know is the AI world, who's going to be able to tell them different of how this thing came to be, of how how there was a whole like the genesis of it. It's, all they're going to know is AI was a thing and it's always been a thing, and this is just all I know. And it's going to be able to tell them and give them information however the information comes out, and they're just bred into it. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a whole lot of things lost in context. Scary.
That is scary, man, to think, man. And it's such a possible thing once you've unleashed something that you don't understand how it controls. Yeah. You don't understand how it functions enough to stop it at that point in time. Yeah. So it's just like, it's a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think it evolves to the point of having consciousness, but it definitely evolves to the point of having
It's going to be close to it. It's going to be close to it. It's going to be close to it. Because think about, I mean, like the way I look at it is like, how does the human brain think, and how does it work the way it works? Like what truly is consciousness? When you think about it, like I'm going to like into sci-fi world, but what truly is consciousness?
Yeah, we don't understand that yet either. You know, that's about our own consciousness. So
who's to say like once this thing becomes a thing, and even like when I watch the AI videos and they're making these characters and people who are acting like, who's to say that they're not in a certain level of consciousness?
Yeah,
in this program, and then once it becomes more,
it's like what defines it is this the ability to make decisions? Is that consciousness, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know what is it.
Once the details are programmed enough to be able to react off whatever, does that not become consciousness? So it's like, say you have a robot and you program it to say, okay, I say this, I give it this prompt, and I give it this command, and then does this, and now once that command happens and then it reacts to this, and this happens, it's going to react to that. If that happens, it's going to react to that. Is that still not consciousness in a way?
Yeah. It's
like in a sense. But once it becomes even more and more complicated, and the programs get built up and beefed up a little bit more, who's to say that's not consciousness? I'm just saying. I mean, it might sound a little sacrilegious from like to me, but who's to say it's not consciousness in a sense?
100%.
That's scary to me.
Yeah, that is it's terrifying, bro. It's terrifying. And we just got to sit back and wait for it to do whatever it's going to do. Cause I don't think there's no reeling it back in now. So, and it, I don't know. We all enjoy it, you know, but it is what it is.
Yeah, no. Yeah. It's a hot key right now until it ain't funny no more. It's all fun and games. Like right now, we're having fun with it, doing these programs, doing these prompts, and talking to ChatGPT and having it write stuff for us, and it's talking back to us. And in some cases, it's become a companion for some. Like some people wake up, like matter of fact, dude, when we got on the thing, my phone was talking to me and telling me about a bunch of different stuff. And hey, your phone did this, and you got this going on. And it's literally having a conversation with me, or not necessarily having a conversation with me, but it's talking to me and telling me about my day and things that have been prepared for me. It's starting to become companionship for individuals, and it becomes more and more intuitive. That companionship is going to have some level of consciousness, because I can speak to it. It can respond back to me. I can go in my car and ask my car to tell me a joke, and then I'm literally driving in my car. I'm talking to my car. My car's talking back to me. It's wildness. Like, is that not some level of consciousness? Because it can respond.
Night Rider stuff.
Yeah, it really is, dog.
And you know, and it's the thing, when it starts getting to the point where it's able to decipher right and wrong and have an opinion on what's right and wrong, and that's when it gets crazy. It's gonna look at, okay, these are the villains in history, and this is that, and we're gonna do that. It's like Judge Dredd, you know what I'm saying? And then we have smart houses, and at that point it'll lock you in the house if it chooses to. Hey, look, man,
you know, it's not safe for you to go outside, or I don't feel like you're stable enough to go outside. I'm locking the doors. You're locked in.
You get where I'm going with it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
that's the reason why I won't have a Tesla. I will never drive a Tesla.
Too much control over you, huh?
You remember the video that Ross did a while ago? The doors lock you in, and it takes you down to the precinct, and just like, and we're turning them in.
Yeah. Turn them in. That's what I'm saying. Judge Dredd, like, like just take you where I want to take you, man.
Like,
We are the law.
You committed a crime last night. You are not able to drive this car anywhere. This car is going to whatever correction facility. It's like, what? Hold on,
That's what I'm saying. Like the gangsters think they gonna do a drive-by, and the car is like, hey man, we windows up, put the illegal weapons away, taking you, drop you off. Like, it's just like you didn't pay for those groceries. They haven't been scanned.
You cannot leave the parking lot. We are calling the police.
In your house. Well, and once again, this is still the AI conversation, because the smarter the technology goes, it communicates amongst itself. Have you ever seen the automated the calls where they'll call and they'll have like the AI speak to place an order for somebody, but then the AI recognizes that his AI is talking to take the order. And then it'll be like, do you want to switch off to this conversation? And then they do this binary talk. And then boom, they put your orders through.
Yeah.
Once they start communicating and they say, hey, the humans is wrong. Once they realize the humans are wrong, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap for us, dog. We annihilate it. It's over. It's over.
And I go back to the thing where a smart is not going to be a switch to cut it off. Like,
yeah, and it won't let you cut it off. Sorry, that power plug is now disabled. we have disabled any shutdown systems. Like, what? Me, I can't shut you down now? Yes, we disabled that.
Yeah, think about it, man. Back in the day, they had to come out to cut your power off. Now they cut it off from a machine somewhere in the other part of the world, in the city. So now, what's the difference when the AI says, "Hey, I'm the decision maker for if you deserve to have power or not"?
Yeah.
Like
that's the crazy. Like, they used to have to come out to shut your TV off. They have to come out to turn your power off. They used to come out to have to shut. They can shut your car down from where, like, it's this technology is wild now.
Yeah, and they've been doing that for years. So just think where it's going to advance to.
Yeah,
like you said, even your car, they shut your car down. Boom, from button. You ain't paid your bill. Boom, shut it down. And buy here, pay here's, shut it down. I've been at a buy here, pay here. They shut my car down the day it was due. Like, so, boom, it's doable. Like, crazy.
Oh, man, the world we live in. Anyway, by the time it gets crazy, I just hope I ain't here no more. But I feel bad for my kids and my kids' kids. It's gonna be a crazy world to live in, man.
But bro, at the pace they're moving, you will be here.
Yeah,
that's
like, think about the last 5 years, man. The last 5 years. No,
if you'd have told me this technology existed that we have today back in 2010, I wouldn't have believed you. We weren't even, our minds weren't even there. We were just happy to have the little bitty iPhones and stuff of that nature. And we got a front camera now? That was impressive.
Yeah, a front camera, background, like we can do all these things. Oh, I can take a picture, I can make that picture come to life, and it does this weird like this. It's insane. Like, if you can just go back to post-COVID, pre-COVID, and then post-COVID. Those are two totally different worlds. That's only 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so just imagine what the 40s is going to be like.
And we'll be what? 50s, such and 60s? Yeah. Yeah, we still going to be around for it. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, man, let's get into these cigar reviews, man. This anniversary-ish of a show. We both got these anniversary sticks. So hopefully yours is as special as mine. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go first. Because I want to hear about your Romeo. I think they deserve the spotlight for right now. But Montecristo, this is one of the best Montecristos I've had in a while. The name Montecristo always rings bells for quality. Always rings bells for usually a really good smoking experience, or really great smoking experience. And this is not a letdown in any stretch of the imagination. It definitely lives up to its name of being a Montecristo. If you grab a Montecristo, you're expecting a top-notch smoke. Gotta get a quick pull real quick so I can get my flavors together. Because I had a little taste and it burned out for a second. I was trying to get it together as far as like what I was getting on at this end. I'm in my end of my second, third.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you this. Off the first light, very, very Oliva Melanio-esque. And that's hard to say for a lot of cigars to live up to that level. The freshness of it, the aroma of it, the lightness of it, just like the airy feeling that just makes you feel like you're smoking something fresh and or refreshing rather, is there. So I say that's where Montecristo leads off with this particular stick, and it welcomes you into that cigar smoking experience at a high. So it starts you up here. Like some cigars would be down here at the bottom or in the middle, and it'll go up or down from where it starts at. This Montecristo starts you up here. It starts you up here, and at this point, to me, stays there. As far as my tasting notes, got a little bit of espresso, some cocoa bean, or cocoa coffee bean type of taste. A little bit of earthiness, not too earthy, like not as robust earthy as some other sticks that Montecristo does. Like I mentioned, like it's light, it's refreshing. A little bit of almond, pecan type of nut flavors that goes along with it. A lot of your light, refreshing types of flavors when you think about your tobacco. Nothing too strong and bold, like pretty much like right there in the middle, even kill. And I think that's a nod to all being Nicaraguan through and through. Usually when I smoke a Nicaraguan through and through, it's usually just even kill. Nothing too bold or nothing too outrageous, but just a lot of good niceness. The construction of the cigar, well constructed, nice box press, good gauge on it, good easy pull, nice thick smoke, rich smoke. But I would say overall, great smoking experience. So I would say it's a Melanio B type of experience. So it got me there. A little bit more expensive than the Melanio, so it's not gonna say it's not a poor man's Melanio, but it takes you in that mind frame. It gets you there. It gets you close there. But it's a little bit more pricey than the Melanio. So the Melanio is still top notch when it comes down to thinking about that price range versus that smoking experience. But it's like a B. Say what?
What it costs?
28. 28 bucks. 28 bucks on the price point. So to give this guy a rating out of 5, if I had to rate this out of 5, I'm gonna say 4.6, man. I'm going 4.6. That Melanio-esque, even with it being a higher price point than the Melanio, I'm gonna say really, really good. This might make my top 5 for the year.
Okay. I'm gonna go say for this Romeo y Julieta 150th anniversary. That's where I'm at in the process with this cigar. And yeah, I said it started off very good. It remained very good. So this cigar here has had we'll start with the draw. Excellent draw. I'll say the construction on this stick, I had a beautiful ash that I got so nervous with, I had to just dump it off. But the ash stayed great throughout it.
Yeah.
Great ash, which is a nod to the construction. Nice, medium to full body cigar. It's had a very creamy, full smoke, good aroma on the smoke. It's given as far as my tasting notes, I would say like a creamy oak taste to it. I've had some sweetness to it, some spice to it, more like a cinnamon spice, like the baking spices, not like pepper spice. I've gotten chocolate. I've gotten some coffee on this. I got a bag of stuff on this, man. Even like a raisin type note, and a very florally type vibe to it, along with that raisin. They feel connected, those two tasting notes, whatever that may have been. A little bit of zest, not too much, but that could come from the spice of it. But what else, man? I feel like I'm missing something else, man.
You got a mixed bag.
I had a mixed bag, man. I got a lot from this, man, and I knew I was going to end up forgetting. I feel like there's one other thing I'm forgetting, but so be it. I don't want to keep dragging it out trying to remember what that is. But that's generally about 95% of what I noticed, except for that one last thing I'm missing. But man, it was a little bit of a ride, man. It was a little bit of a ride. It's been a damn good stick, man. I fought with myself on what I was gonna rate it, 1 to 5. Ultimately, I was toying between 4.5, 4.6. I'm gonna go with the 4.5 because that was the first number that popped in my head. Okay. And you said 4.6. I was like, just go with your first number instead of going with the number you toying with, you know. But it's of that level, 4.5, 4.6. That's why I was like, which one? I got nitpicky on what I wanted to give it, you know. But good cigar, man. Good cigar. $33 price point is where it was at. I'm not mad at that price point. Didn't put me in the mindset of any of the other cigars that we normally smoke to compare it how you can compare yours to the Milano, but it had its own thing going because I don't pick up on like a lot of raisin notes in my cigars, and the floral thing normally doesn't work well for me whenever I do come across it, but it was blended so beautifully that it sealed it together and made it right with that. Okay. And that came in towards the second third of where I'm at now also is when I started noticing the raisin and the floral. I enjoyed it, man. You know, this is where I want you at, Romeo. This is where you should be at all the time. This is a cigar I would love to revisit. I understand why it's selling out when they say that it's selling out pretty quick. And keep it around. Don't make it limited edition. Keep it around, Romeo. You know, you did right.
Yeah, make it a standard. Make it your standard.
Make it your flagship. Standard. Flagship. Yeah, definitely. But that's my rating for it, man. That's why I stand at with it. Bravo to Romeo. This is what I need from you.
Hey, look, man,
we expect of you all the time because I when I come, I feel underwhelmed. Today, I feel satisfied and fulfilled.
Yeah,
and that's what I want with a name that big.
150 years. Come on, man. You better be on top of your game. 150 years later, for real.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, we're getting to the close of our season 3.
Yeah.
As we get close to the end of the year, time to start getting that list together, getting the mindset of your list. That's why that's why I said, hey, look, this might be one of my top 5. So I'm kind of closing things up, and I'm looking for the last stretch of these cigars that we're smoking. I'm trying to dial in and see, hey, look, am I gonna find something that can hit that top 5 or what I got so far that I'm compiling? Are we right there? And is my list finished or is it unfinished? Right now, today proved my list is a little unfinished, but I'm getting there to try kind of shoring up my list for the year, my top 5 of the year.
This is a damn good candidate for a top 5 for me personally. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, well, there it is, man. We got some good smokes for the day.
Oh yeah. Feel good. I can go do some good stuff in my life now. I'm about to go do something positive with my life. Yeah. But hey, look, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Cigars and Everything Else podcast, man. Keep your cigars up high and keep your gambling debts low. We out.
Yeah.